The Summer of Broken Rules, Chapter 4, Part 2. Sure, of course, Whit nodded, and when he swung his screen door open, I started to follow him right into his room. He turned and blocked the doorway, that crooked grin on his face. Nice try, baby. He motioned to his half-naked body. Give me a sec? Oh yeah, sorry. My cheeks blazed, both with embarrassment and irritation. I didn't like being called baby. Ben had used to call me babe. Hey babe, love you babe, bye babe. When we first started dating, he called me his girl, in an endearing and old-fashioned way, and it seemed so special that then, somewhere along the way, I became an impersonal babe. Babe in public, babe in private, babe always. All right, Whit called from inside his room. All good. He was pulling on a t-shirt when the door shut behind me, and I had to bite back a laugh. The shirt was a transformed version of Sarah and Michael's wedding invitation, pastel blue with a lighthouse sketched on the front, and in the reflection in Whit's mirror, I made out #Hooray She's a Dupree on the back. Hooray She's a Dupree, I said. Yeah, he glanced over his shoulder. It's the hashtag for the wedding, for Instagram and stuff. I smirked. I know what it's for, baby. Whit blushed through his bruise. Good, I thought. Payback. I don't really do Instagram, he shrugged, but all the groomsmen and bridesmaids have been instructed to wear these whenever we do something together. By my Aunt Christine, I guessed. By your Aunt Christine, yes, but fully backed by Gianni. He flopped down on his bed, full size with a plaid patchwork quilt on top. Michael's mom. I nodded and perched out the edge of his bed, looking around. It had been a while since I'd been in the cabin, which had the most masculine decor of the houses. Whit's walls were wood-paneled and his dresser dark green. I remembered there was a hilariously obnoxious painting of a tiger baring its teeth hanging over the massive stone fireplace in the main room. In short, it was the perfect house for a groom and his 6 buds to spend the week. What are you guys doing today? I asked. Going into town? My heart sort of sped up, secretly hoping he'd say no. Sarah and Michael would be excellent tour guides for their wedding party, but I didn't want Whit to sit down for lunch at Atlantic and Edgartown and squeeze lemon and shake Tabasco on his oysters, as delicious as they were. I wanted him to cram into the local Dock Street coffee shop, and devour a messy breakfast sandwich with me. That was the vineyard. No, Whit shook his head, and my pulse spiked before slowing in relief. Not today. We're taking a big group photo, and then heading to the beach, I think. He yawned. Which is cool, because I wanna get going. He gestured lazily to the Gatorade bottle on his dresser, correctly assuming I'd decoded why he sprayed me. I watched him snuggle up with his pillow, wince slightly because of his bruise, then yawn again and close his eyes. Tell me who you have, he said as I moved a little further onto the mattress. I'm listening, I told him, and then he told me what I needed to know. And you can lie down if you want, he said afterward. I hear you yawning. Oh no, I said, even though I had yawned more than a handful of times, because believe it or not, it wasn't even 9 a.m. I'd need a nap before tubing at noon. That's okay. I'll go back to the annex. Nah, stay, Whit said, his eyes fluttering open, his impossibly turquoise eyes. I promise I won't call you baby again. I felt pinpricks on my neck. Had it really been that obvious? How much it bothered me? That's what Shithead called you, Whit said, isn't it? Shithead's name is Ben, I replied, sighing, and it was more babe than baby. Ben, I like Shithead better. Me too, actually, I laughed, and stretched out next to him. Not close enough for us to touch, but more than comfortable enough to fall asleep. The sheets and pillows smelled like the sea and citrus. Oranges, I murmured. My shampoo, Whit murmured back. I love oranges. So you love me? I giggled. He hadn't phrased it as a question, and for some reason, lack of sleep probably, that made me giggle, really giggle. You have a nice laugh, Whit commented. A nice laugh? I asked, giggles gone. Nobody had ever told me that, at least not in a long time. The last time someone had mentioned my laugh, it was my dad saying he missed it. Mm-hmm, he replied and rolled over so that our toes touched. I curled mine, tingles going through them, but didn't move away. I like it. So you like me, I thought, but didn't. A little casual flirting with Whit was fine, but a lot was not. He was my new partner in crime, my new pal, my new friend. I wanted him to stay my friend. It had been so long since I'd made one. Whit, I whispered. Yes, he whispered back. What's your last name? It's not Dupre, right? No, he said. My dad's married to Michael's mom. Our last name is Witchery. How alternative, I said. Witchery. That's... Whit started, but drifted away to dreamland before he could finish his thought, breathing now slow and steady. I suddenly wanted to reach over and feel his heartbeat, but instead I burrowed deeper into his pillow and closed my eyes.